I was in a little box, trapped without an exit. You may ask, how did you get in there? Explaining this makes me angry. I hated the reality that this man is my father. Now that I know why everyone hid it from me, it's a headache. My mom did not see the need for me to even know that I have a father. And yet, he insists that I should call him Dad. How on earth should I deal with this? I was married young and felt robbed of my youth, which was stress. I've managed to struggle through for 15 long years in daily torment, trying to measure up with my teenage years. There was a friend who tried to manipulate my life, taking me for granted. I swiftly slipped into a depression. One day, I was in discussion with a group of coworkers. I found myself laughing uncontrollably, so I got up and began to run. I was grabbed by Leah, who was paying close attention to my strange behavior. I was encouraged and advised to visit a doctor. I took the advice and I was given medication and 2 weeks sick leave. While on leave one day, I stood at the window in admiration for the green grass as it danced in rhythm of the wind. A thought came to me. You need to kill yourself. It felt so enticingly real that I began to fantasize on ways in which I would like to take my life. I was under a powerful spell, and then suddenly, the spell was broken by my sister's presence. I am extremely happy to see you, I expressed in tears. Then I told her what had just transpired. Glenda, I never understood what true love was, and the reality of accepting it was a struggle. After I would have ignored all those in my life, there was the pressure of pursuing my dreams of becoming a successful entrepreneur. This almost shattered me to pieces. Sleepless nights, long hours at the office, no time for my family. Oh, I felt as if my breakthrough was just around the corner. It was not until my worst burden almost caused me to lose my sanity that I realized how sick and tired I was. When I was a baby, I was held in spiritual arms that offered me up to God in dedicated prayer. At age 17, I was counseled to be married and baptized by the same individual who I looked up to as my mentor. The sad thing about all these is that I was offended by the same individual. This is when the pressures of this life seem almost too heavy for me to bear. My last source of comfort should have been in the church, but it was not so. Instead, I was battered and buffeted mistakenly as the culprit, although I was the victim to all this madness. There were moments I felt like crying, but procrastination conveniently restricted the tears, and I was greatly anticipating the day when I would be able to cry buckets. Whenever there seems to be solution and windows of opportunities, more problems showed up. Friends were not reliable as they had their own burdens to bear and were looking to me for help. Buckling under the pressures of this life and object to never falls, I became unsettled. In the place of a smile, I was wearing a sad countenance, which I'm sick and tired of. Do you know tired of being sick and tired. It was when I sat comfortable on a stone and looked at the nearby sea. There I sat gazing into the sea, and in it I saw all my adversaries. In disgust I stood on my feet, stooped and grabbed some stones and held them in my hand. This represents the pain that I felt after I knew who my father was. This was the childhood that was robbed from me. And this was the hardship I had to endure to establish my business. And worst of all, this one almost took my sanity. I pelted each of them away. My pain was now dissolved in the sea, and I am now the person that God wants me to be. And so, with that, I decided from then on, it was yesterday, I cried my last tears. What are you going to do when you are sick and tired